To me, coaches need to plant seeds and then reinforce it over time. And it doesn't have to be very complicated, and then remind athletes. So a good one is just if we pick up on the anxiety that we're talking about, that you're going to be anxious sometimes. And I always like quotes. There's a great quote from our field. A guy named Terry Orlick said it. It's not whether you have butterflies that's the problem. It's whether they're in the right formation. Mm-hmm. And if you're a young athlete and you're starting to feel real big butterflies, it's like, okay, but are they in the right formation? And some guys and gals need to be a little nervous to do well, and others need to be more laid back. And a big one for coaches, I find, is we're always talking about build good fundamental relationships with your athletes, and then learn about each athlete. And we find most coaches aren't very good mind readers. So I'll use Jesse because he's on, but what does Jesse like to be treated before in a game, pregame? Does he like to distract himself with music, or does he like to go in the equipment room and do imagery? What's it like? And every athlete's going to be a little different. And I think coaches can figure that out. And actually football and basketball are great examples because you have that individualization, but then you also come out to the field together. So on one hand, you've got to integrate that in. But I'd say plant seeds and sort of move forward and remind athletes. It's much easier to tell them something in the big game if you've been telling them the same thing all year long.